step I take, I move my truth. Every time they tell me stop, I use every comment, hate that makes my fuel. Gather up my energy and boom, I hear them talking, saying the way that I move is so reckless. That is a part of my mind I've been blessed with, giving my blood, so I am relentless.
This is the Keep Hammering Collective. Are you mouth breathing, Gideon?
Because I'm a fat.
Oh, I know, but could you not just like? Don't deep throat this mic, please. Yeah, so welcome. That's a good intro.
Oh, yeah.
We're with Gideon, Larry, the whole gang's here.
And Kremrin.
Yeah, that's me. So what we're doing here is, I guess, we got some concerns from viewers I need to address.
Yeah.
We have an update on different things we did. We went to Texas. We did, got all the biohacking done. We did some run testing. So yeah, I don't know. I saw you had a list of stuff.
I got a list.
What do you got?
But I'm going to start it off with the most, I think, prevalent at the moment, which is March Madness. Did you make a bracket?
No, dude, I didn't. I can't even. I think Oregon is probably going to win, aren't they?
The whole thing?
They usually do.
Yeah, I don't think I have them going past the second round.
Yeah, no. I don't even know who the hell's number one. I mean, is Duke number one overall?
Duke and Auburn. Who was number one? Had to be Auburn, I think.
I think it's Auburn.
Yeah.
Maybe Alabama.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't have any more perfect brackets left, but that's okay.
So it already started?
Yeah, today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there are a bunch of games today, but
Yeah, I haven't. I've been out of the loop on that. I used to love that stuff, but I think when you get old, you just like, now I'm just, bingo. I love bingo.
Yeah.
I'm making a quilt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been doing some, what is it with the yarn?
Crochet.
Yeah, I've been doing crochet. So checkers. I got a men's league checkers.
My girlfriend crochets.
D-League.
My girlfriend.
Yeah, I know that. I heard you talking to her the other day, the 1-800, whatever it was. Or 1-900. Is it 900? I think it's 900.
It's 1-800 bust big.
Oh, man. Yeah, so, yeah, my world has changed now that I'm elderly.
Okay. Well, that was a terrible subject. So we can get right into, I think, some concerns you had of some, I feel like we should come up with a name for the complainers.
I know just a standard what might go to, but that'll probably be.
We can bleep it.
Yeah. I mean, constituents.
Okay. Constituents.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. What are these constituents saying about Camo?
Camo? Yeah. I thought I'd talked about it a little bit. I guess I never talked about it officially.
Yeah.
So what the?
I was on Do Not Disturb. How did that come through?
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I was on work. Maybe it's different.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
well,
it shouldn't be on work because I
Dylan-
don't know what you do.
Dylan, don't call me during the podcast.
Yeah. So, okay. How do I get into this? I never planned to leave Origin. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Co-founder, Pumped, American Made Camo, Jocko, Kip, Pete at Origin, Dream Team, Joe's wearing Origin, all the whatever, just so much cool hype. It was awesome. I was so pumped. So never, ever planned on leaving. But that's, life doesn't go perfectly all the time. Business surely doesn't go perfectly. So I got an email one day, and this is months ago, and just said, gonna have to. I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but I'm not sure. I don't think the hunting line is doing great. It's expensive to make. It's quick. I mean, it's a slow turnaround from when you order to when you get it. A lot of challenges with making American-made camo. I mean, hats off for as long as it went, and I thought it was good, great stuff, believed in everything. Hunting is my thing. It's like I have employees, I have people who work here. This isn't just me, some dumb who's like, hey, if I can get anything, I'm happy. Right. I have people relying on me now. I don't do jujitsu. I don't need a gi. I don't even wear jeans ever. I wear shorts. So
Judy
it's like,
chop.
yeah. So, you know, for Origin, my only interest was hunting. And I was like, this is awesome. So when I got that message that, hey, we don't know, you know, it's not looking good. You know, no compensation, no whatever for who knows how long, forever maybe. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't do that. I have people this is a business.
Right.
So I'm like, that sucks. And how it worked was basically, you know, how business works is if God, I'm not even going to get into it, but point is, it's not what I wanted, never anticipated, but that's this reality. So then I'm like, okay, now what am I going to do? Because I don't like just making rash decisions, because I do love this. This means a lot to me. I'm like, well, I better, if I'm going to not wear Origin anymore, because, you know, potentially they're not making it anymore. It's over. What am I going to do? So I talked to everybody, talked to Born Primitive, talked to First Light and Ranella, and talked to Sitka. And everybody was great. You know, just told them I'm just very transparent. I just said, I don't like to do this. I just want to, you know, focus on what I love. And, you know, now business is part of this. So yeah, let's just make a good decision. Everybody's cool, great conversations. Many of them went through, you know, some offers or whatever. And I decided that Sitka was the best fit for me. They're pumped. It's probably one of the biggest brands in hunting, I would think.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're owned by Gore. They make incredible stuff. So man, I mean, and you know, our discussions were nothing but positive, and it's exciting. All the things we talked about. So that's where I'm at. I'm pumped. They believe in me. You know, I think, you know, any vision I have, we can make happen. So yeah, that's where it's at. I mean,
yeah, I have a couple things. One is, I think for whatever reason, a lot of people see this and they immediately default to, Origin sucks. It's like, no, they make great stuff.
Yeah.
And the stuff you bought before you switched is still great.
Yeah.
You know?
Stuff. Yeah. Well, before I was there, it was good. When I was there, it was good. And it's still good.
Yeah. But I say that because I got sent a reel by a couple people, and I think this is what, I don't know if you've seen it, but it was like, after you invest $1,000 into Origin and you see Cam switch to Sitka.
Yeah.
What the is going on here?
Okay, you invested $1,000 into some great stuff, you know, so you shouldn't be bummed.
Nobody
about
lost.
That. No, exactly.
Nobody lost.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm not wearing it now, that doesn't mean it's not great.
No, exactly.
And the people with the company aren't incredible, and the workers that they have, and what they're trying to do with, I guess now, probably not hunting, but with jeans and boots and gis, and it's like, it's awesome. It's incredible.
Yeah.
My hat's off. I want them to blow up.
Exactly.
I want them to dominate. I do. But I have to look at other things too.
For sure. Yeah. And the other thing I was going to say is when I was younger, I went from just like, you know, and I couldn't even say hand-me-down, it's probably like thrift store camo. Mm-hmm. And I had these overalls that had like, you know, classic mossy oak looking camo pattern on them, but they were too small. So they just gave me a moose knuckle when I'm like 12. Yeah. And then when I got old enough and I was, you know, hunting by myself, I was like, okay, I'm going to go, obviously living in Bozeman, I was like, I'm going to go buy Sitka. It was mind blowing. it was mind blowing, the difference between that and the Sitka. And then so that's,
you mean good stuff and shitty stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And I was like, this stuff is so light compared to the other stuff, and you can move in it, and I'm so warm. So yeah, I mean, both companies are great, but I'm excited to see what the future brings with Sitka as well.
Yeah, I mean, John Barklow is, I don't know what he does exactly there, but I know he's involved in product, and that stuff is incredible.
Yeah, you've probably listened to podcasts he's been on, but he's so meticulous about testing.
Yeah, he's just a stud.
Yeah.
And I used it for the late blacktail season, and I didn't know that you could wear 20 different things and still draw your bow. It was like so, it's just, the designs are amazing. So that money does help them make great product. And the money I talk about Gore. So they have money to invest in research and design. And so the end result is incredible. And shout out to the meme pages making those memes, which, it's good for them. I mean, because they have to bring me up for people that can give a shit, but then it helps me too. So it's like, good job, guys. I mean, I love it. It's funny. None of it doesn't impact me. I mean, the meme pages are great.
I like seeing people that don't follow you that still watch every single one of your stories.
God, for sure. I know what I do. If somebody leaves an idiotic comment, which rarely happens, but has happened, and they don't follow me, I'm like, okay, you're blocked. I mean, you don't even follow me. At least if you're going to say stupid shit, follow me.
Yeah. I mean, be consistent.
But if you don't follow me and you say stupid shit, that doesn't work. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to
literally every single person.
Nothing but love. No, God, nothing but love except to the idiots.
Yeah.
Which there's a lot.
To the constituents.
Or I mean, God, not idiots, constituents.
Yeah.
That was like I don't even, whatever. It's like with hunting or with business, or not, I don't know. I guess it's anything. But if you switch anything, you're a sellout. Oh, you sold out. Oh, they offered more. It's like, I mean, man, this business part is so weird because it's supposed to, I guess it's like a business, but it's not really. It's like you're supposed to just do it for free, or a hat or a sticker or a pack of broadheads. And then they're just like, oh yeah, this guy's great. Because they're not paying you anything. But as soon as money, all of a sudden you work your ass off, you earn this value, company says, oh yeah, okay, we'll pay this guy this much. So, and people talk about loyalty all the time. I'll just tell you how it works. Loyalty doesn't mean shit in business. I'll just tell you that right now, because I don't care what they're paying you, whether it's, if somebody's at the top of the industry and they're paying a lot, somebody's at the bottom, if you're not making them money, you're gone. It's like, oh, whoa. I was loyal to you guys. Yeah, well, you know what? Business isn't good, so we got to make some cuts. And every contract has a termination clause in 30 days. It's like, yeah, well, in writing, we'll give you 30 days and then you're gone. It's like, oh, wait, I thought we had a lifetime contract. Or there's not really a lifetime contract, but there's evergreen contracts which add a year when a year drops off. So it's essentially lifetime. But if you say like, well, I thought we had a lifetime contract, they're like, yeah, I mean, but budget cuts. So sorry, but thanks. We believe in you.
Yeah.
It's like, but I was loyal. Yeah.
Good.
Thank you. And
you want to go play catch, bud?
Yeah. So I've run through this whole gamut, from a nobody getting nothing, which is that's how it works. That's how everybody starts. Then you get a little more influence, a little more shine, you get a little more whatever. And then you start to get a little more, I don't want to say power, but you're worth more. And so now, I do a lot. For a hunting industry, I do a lot with the podcast, the videos, the shorts, the what else do we do? Website, I don't know, a lot of different media, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody in hunting does that much. So when you look at like potential customers seeing what I do, there's a lot of avenues, right? So I had a sponsor say, yeah, our budgets it's tight. We're going to have to, I think they were paying 100,000. We're going to have to cut it back to 50. And I was like, nope.
Yeah.
I said, because I got somebody else who will pay me, which I do, 3 times what they're paying me right now. So we're only working together because I am loyal.
Yeah, exactly.
If I cared about money, it would just be like, no, you're gone. And so, no, we're not cutting back because I don't go backwards.
Yep.
I'm not going backwards. We're growing, we're building. So your budget issues or whatever, I don't know what it is. If it's real, who knows? They don't show anybody books. Nobody really knows what these companies make, how much they make off people. But I'm like, no, it's not going to work. I don't go backwards, and I'm not going backwards. So they're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, we'll back up to what it is. That's how it works. That's business.
It's like they're giving you a little gut check. It's like, well, maybe he will accept it if we just offer 50.
And just a heads up, I won't accept it.
Camera 17.
We're only going up. So I don't know. The business part of it is, I have great partners, great sponsors, and everybody's great. I love, and I am loyal. I am loyal because if I wasn't, I wouldn't be using that sponsor anymore. The thing is, I use what I believe in. And so that doesn't necessarily mean that has to be who pays the most to sponsor the show or do whatever. It's like, first I have to believe in the shit. And I've had people send me plenty of stuff and want to pay me. And I'm like, I'm not using this. I'm not even talking about this. I don't care how much you pay.
Yep.
So, man, I don't know. I mean, I get the loyalty thing, and I've probably said it myself. I've lobbied for lifetime contracts because I hate it. But now I'm just like, and mostly I see it not so. I mean, hunting is one thing. I just know hunting probably the most out of any industry, but with running is the same way. It's like these big companies like a Nike or whatever, billions and billions and billions of dollars, and they'll pay like an ultra runner, I don't know contracts, but just example, $10,000 a year. And it's like an ultra runner, every day grinding hundreds of miles a week. You have to sacrifice for $10,000 from $1 billion. And they're just looking at, okay, we'll pay 10, but how much are they going to make us? Oh, they're not going to make us any? Oh, they're cutting out next year. It's like, well, wait, no, what about my stress fracture I developed from putting in all these miles, and I was hurt and I fought through and I got third in this, 100K and, like overcame so much to do that. And they're just like, yeah, no, not worth it anymore. Your social media isn't that good. So anyway, we had a little camera issue. We won't throw Connor under the bus.
But we will throw Larry under the bus.
Yeah, we will throw Larry. But
Damn it.
So that was a little bit of a rant. I don't know where I left off. I'll just say that this is Shit Talkers Weekly, so I can say whatever I want.
I was going to say, I do like...
It's all friends.
When you've obviously been through it a lot. You got a lot of experience in this. So when you are talking to athletes that are coming up or ultra runners like you were talking about, I like listening to the advice you give them. Maybe you would give, to your younger self or whatever it is, which is always stand up for what you're worth, And it seems like, especially with ultra running, it's like, there's got to be more of that. Yeah. I mean, it's just tough because you come up grateful for anything. You're just doing what you love. And you're like, wait, you're giving me a free bow or a free pair of shoes and it seems incredible because you're like, God, this has been my dream. But then you get to a place where you're like looking at it like more objectively. And I mean, Sportsman's Warehouse, they never paid me for my blacktail books back in the day. Never paid. So I sent in invoices, $1,100, I still remember, and never paid it. I'm like, how?
and I've done events now since then. I sort of let it go, but I remember, I don't care if it's $5 or $50,000. I remember if somebody didn't pay me what they said. It's not like I'm, broke and can't eat, but if we had an agreement and it didn't happen, I'll never forget that.
Well, that check's still in the mail.
Yeah. This is 20 years ago. And I kept sending it or faxing it. That's what you had to do. And it's like never paid. I'm like, Sportsman's Warehouse is screwing. I didn't make a dime off this. I don't even know where there's like 5 books left, but I didn't make a dime off of barely. I don't think I broke even, for sure didn't. But $1,100 at that time for me was so much money. And I've had so many other companies not pay me. YETI one time, $30,000. We had a 2-year contract, $30,000 a year, never paid for the second year. So it just happens.
Yeah.
It's just like you can't get whatever. I don't know if marketing people leave, stuff falls through the cracks, whatever. But point is, it's like if it's just usually the athletes or the hunters or whatever, they're going to lose. You're never going to beat the big organization, the big corporation, the big business. You're always going to take it in the ass, which for some people,
of us, we like that.
Yeah, but you're always going to. And if you are making them more money, they're never going to say, "Hey, guess what? You're kicking ass. We're going to increase this."
Right.
I mean, maybe not me. They never told me that, but they will tell you if, the budget line, we took a look at it and we're going to have to cut you back, or maybe we won't even pay you. How about that?
Yeah. Well,
and you're like, you have no power.
Yeah. And that's a good point, because all of the followers or the fans of the personality, or whatever you want to call it, blame them. They never are like, I wonder what happened with the company,
Yeah, it's always
sell out.
It's always a person with no power.
Yeah.
So now, I had, it's that companies that offered me 3 times whatever sponsors, but they're saying, like, I don't even know what industry they said, but there's nobody really moving the needle, but we are, because we're doing so much stuff.
Right.
So now, because of that, maybe finally I have a little influence, or I can make a decision, like, finally. But I've been doing this shit for over 30 years, and I finally barely have maybe some say. Otherwise, it's just been like, no, you're fucked. Yeah, we're done with you. Yeah, going a different direction. And that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, I have one constituent to talk shit about, and it's an individual. I won't name them, but don't talk to them except for maybe once every couple months. And the other day they sent me a text that was a quote from like 45 minutes deep into one of these Shit Talker Weekly.
Okay.
And I'm like, what are you doing listening to the podcast?
Yeah.
And then again, today it was like, oh, Gideon, that's new. And I'm like, you got to stop.
From the same guy?
Sure, we'll call him a guy.
So who, like, you guys are buddies or what? You said constituents. What does that mean? Boyfriend? What?
We're going to have to bleep this part out. It was.
Oh, she's listening?
I know. Yeah, she's listening.
So that's just an example. So that person is not in the hunting industry, right?
No.
And they're listening. So we get a lot of people listening. Yeah. And that's kind of the point with who's moving the needle. It's hunting podcasts can barely get hunters to listen. Yeah. So now we got some bimbos listening and chiming in that know nothing about hunting.
I know. They sent me a picture from whatever beach they were on. They're like, oh, this is great content. And I'm like, block yourself.
Yeah. I don't even know. I mean, luckily this is Shit Talkers Weekly, so we can say whatever we want.
And it's all love. Shout out to everyone.
All love. Nothing but love. Even, hey, I even let the YETI thing go.
Yeah.
Before I signed with Grizzly, I was using YETI. Great company, great products. If people drop the ball that work for the company, I can't, whatever. But I will never forget. that I didn't get $30,000.
Let it go, but never forget.
Yeah, these people are like, do people know how much money that is to me?
30,000. I mean,
that's a lot of. Well, 1,100 was a lot from Sportsman's back in the day. I was just like, that was like that's a house payment.
Yeah.
That's a month, and I notice that stuff. So the businesses don't notice.
No.
It's like it's just a blip on their radar.
Well,
so I just, like I said, I've done stuff with Sportsman's. It's all good. Done stuff, used YETI. I use Grizzly now, but whatever. You can't carry around. Well, apparently I do carry it around, but I don't think about it every day.
Yeah.
Except on Shit Talk with Grizzly when it's all love.
Yeah. I was going to say, well, I had that one constituent that owed me 12 grand.
Yeah, you did.
But
did you get some?
He paid. Yeah, I gave him. So just pay some. After 6 months, it finally came through, but not so bad.
It happens. I mean, I know money, you can't get too wrapped up in it, but it does, when we have goals for the show and for what we're doing, it takes a little bit of capital. So
well, I for me, it's just like you said, this is what we agreed on. That's all.
Just I do what I say.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have an agreement, and I've even had sponsorship deals where I said, okay, I don't want any money. I want 25% royalty. And they're like, okay. So I'm like, if I don't sell anything, you don't owe me anything.
Right.
And then I sold too much. And they're like, wait, we can't pay you that much. And I was still like, good. I don't want anybody to go broke. I want us both to win. So I lowered it down on my own accord because it's a partnership. That's how it works. But you have to have that discussion. So I'm not too wrapped up on the bottom line at all. I'm just like, I do what I say, and that's worth whatever. You do what you say. And then it's all good.
Yeah.
And if we have to have a discussion, fine. But yeah, I'm big on, I don't know. I never have a deal and then go back and say, oh, well, I actually don't want to bow hunt anymore. So, but could you still pay me? Hasn't happened yet. I guess it could.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Black Rifle Coffee is the only coffee I drink, and supporting them is supporting veterans and the outdoor community. One of my favorite packages that I get on a monthly basis is a Black Rifle Coffee Club exclusive coffee roast. The only way you can get it is if you subscribe to the coffee club. The exclusive coffee club subscription gives you nothing but the best. It's a coffee of the month club where you get premium roasts from the best farms worldwide. Black Rifle Coffee is America's coffee. It's veteran owned and operated. They support hunting and conservation and give back immensely to the veteran community. They're offering followers of the podcast 20% off on your first purchase to the coffee club or order on their site using code KEEPHAMMERING to get America's coffee today. Using Grizzly coolers over the past few hunts, I've been so impressed with their American-made brand that I decided to do a Keep Hammering line of coolers with them. The coolers are now available to purchase at grizzlycoolers.com/keephammering. And if you use code KEEPHAMMERING, you get 20% off anything you purchase. These coolers are proudly made in Decorah, Iowa, and everything is superior quality. I wouldn't use anything but the best because keeping my harvest clean and cold on the way to the processor is at the utmost importance. They are actually called Grizzly coolers because they are put through bear resistance testing and are certified to provide optimum safety, durability, and performance in the most extreme conditions. So go get the best coolers available at grizzlycoolers.com and use code KEEPHAMMERING for 20% off at checkout.
Well, okay, we can move on to the next subject. I feel like we covered that pretty well.
We beat that dead horse.
Truett was here for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You guys saw, I hope you listened to the podcast he was on. But I wanted to talk a little bit. You guys went for a run.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It's good.
Yeah?
Yeah, good run.
Your splits, you were cooking pretty good.
Yeah, he's in good shape. He should, I don't know if in Boston, so in Boston, he won't go under 230. That's his goal. But he will, I believe, get under 240. So he'll get in the 230s, which is flying.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's, man, I'm really proud of him. And he's so disciplined. such a good young man, but mostly just works his ass off, and he's doing great. As far as he's trying to be like an athlete type. Well, what he does is he's an endurance athlete essentially, and he's got partners in that, and he's doing great. And I'm super proud of him.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of influencers out there that are like athletes, and they get big because whatever. I don't know why.
Usually they're hot women, hot girls.
Hot women or hot guys in my case.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see someone who's actually
not hot.
Truett, I think you're hot if you're listening. No, but someone who's actually a badass, winning and getting recognized for it.
Yeah. No, it's great. I'm really happy. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Truett, actually, I saw Tanner yesterday night with his weight vest on running. I saw him from a distance. I was like, is that Tanner? And I watched him go by, and I was like, yeah, just quietly working out there.
That's the old military, quiet professional.
Yeah.
He's a badass. Yeah, I know. He's been doing that ruck with, I think, 50 pounds. Or he does Pisgah with 50 and does 3 summits. I know.
No one would ever know.
I think he was running with 30, but he runs like in the 9s, I believe, under 10-minute miles, and I think maybe 8 miles. Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, definitely.
As I always tell. I mean, Truett gets all the attention. Tanner is, he's a beast.
Yeah. We did knock out a couple interviews for Truett's film while he was here, and those are good.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going through those, and they look good. We got some great answers. So slowly going to put together that a trailer, which should be. I'm excited for everyone to see that.
I think everyone is, but yeah, I'm definitely excited. Yeah, he's kicking ass.
Yeah.
Everybody's kicking ass.
And then we went to Austin.
We did.
Meat and potatoes, the recap. What were we doing in Austin?
I was stuck on the tarmac for most of the trip.
First, it started off with me watching someone die.
Yeah, that's not a great omen for the trip. Somebody dying in the airport.
Trust me, I was like,
holy shit.
Yeah. Fuck.
I mean, first of all, they had to buy a ticket and didn't even get to use it.
It looked like they'd already paid to check their bag, too.
That's bullshit. I mean, yeah. So that's an injustice. But yeah, what a terrible. I mean, I can't imagine. I don't know what, but when you're going on a trip, you're already kind of nervous. You're always like, you just want to get there. It's like maybe people don't travel, and then you got to deal with somebody dying. It's like terrible.
Yeah.
I almost would have traded places with that guy.
Yeah, because we're on different flights. So I get to Seattle. You're supposed to be way ahead of me. Mm-hmm. And you text me. What did you say? You said, are you on this stupid...
I said, gosh darn it.
Yeah, you said, dang it. Are you on this heckin' bad flight?
Yeah, I thought you were on the same plane, just back with the peasants. And, but you weren't. So I was sat on the tarmac in Eugene for hours. I don't know. They're like, the headset had a crackle in it. It's like, who gives a about the headset? Get this plane going. We sat there for 2 hours. Finally, like, NASA got a hold of somebody in Eugene, a maintenance guy, but he lives in Bend, so he'll be there in a few hours. And anyway, we sat there for hours. So came, American Airlines says you're good to go. You can deal with that, whatever, the headset. Cool. So then I get to Dallas, same thing. Somehow, for some reason, we sat on the tarmac so long that I guess the pilot or the crew, their hours ran out. So they're like, I've never done this before, but we got to change out the crew. So back to hook up. They get off, a whole nother crew, like an hour later, we're just sitting there, gets back on. And it's just like, can I get to Austin? I went to the airport at 11. I got there at 1 in the morning, or 11 a.m., 1 in the morning. So 14 hours?
Easy day.
Oh my God, I was so pissed.
Yeah.
It should take like 6 with a connection.
On the way to Austin from Seattle, I was back with the peasants. I sat next to this woman. Luckily, there was an empty space between us, but she was wearing a mask. first of all, safety first.
Oh, thank goodness.
And we're taking off, and I'm like, all right, I'm shutting the blind, watching a movie, The Departed, actually. And she's like, hits me and is like, you need to open that for takeoff. And I was
God, did you elbow the bitch right in the face? Right in the
just
mask?
spit on her. Yeah. So
Who is she? Like the airport police or whatever? It's like, well, do you know my phone's also not on airplane mode?
I'm taking this bitch on service all the way up.
If we're going to keep track of all the shit that I'm doing that I'm not supposed to do, that's going to be low on the list.
You want to put my seatbelt on for me too?
Yeah. Guess what? Right when we land, or my seatbelt might not even be on the whole time. And I probably won't put my seat forward either. One of the worst travel days I think I've ever had, which I know for people who are like working on an oil rig, they're like, you pussy. Yeah. Oh, you had to sit on a plane for a few hours? I know. It does sound pretty pathetic. But
Shit Talkers Weekly. We can say whatever we want.
it's off the record.
Yeah. And God bless them.
It doesn't count. This doesn't count as complaining.
No.
It's shit talker. It's shit talking.
Okay.
Gosh.
So you get to Austin.
Heckin'.
Yeah. Would you shut the heckin' up? The heck up? Heckin'?
So we get to Austin. It's like 2 a.m. Go to it is a nice hotel.
Yeah.
Which I had to go pay for your room. And I was just like, holy shit, why am I paying this much for this at this hotel? But it is very nice. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So then we wake up the next day. Rihanna, I don't know if you guys know Camera 17, who she is, picks us up.
Shout out to Rihanna.
And we go to Ways to Well.
We did.
Where you got
bum rushed. No, I got effed over on my VO2 max test.
No, I did want to say they got a new space.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
Oh no, it's sick.
Yeah.
It's sick. And I'm sure the VO2 max test was fine, just joking around.
Yeah, no, you're going to get your numbers here pretty soon. They're in the mail with that check.
I know. Oh, from Sportsman's or YETI. Yeah. No, shit. Ways to Well, best people. It's like the VIP. This is like their VIP experience service, but it's cool. You do the VIP. God, am I just going to say VIP 100 times now? But you do the VO2. Wait, what the hell is it?
VO2 Max?
Yes, God. Is this like Macmillan, Australia? No, I can't
Get the
say
VIP Max.
VO2, yeah, the VIP O2 Max. Yeah, so you do that. You get some numbers there. You do the stem cell. Of course, I got that in my feed. Oh, God, that reminds me. She shot stem cell right in the break of my foot. So like had the ultrasound things.
Yeah.
It's like here at this is Denise. She's amazing. But ultrasound right in my foot, needle, like, okay. Oh, there it is. Right in the break.
You could see it on the ultrasound. I mean, it was there was just a gap.
Oh my God, that hurt so bad because my feet or everybody's feet probably are just so tight. It's like there's not room for a big syringe full of stem cell.
Yeah.
Which seems like it's about like, I don't know how thick it is, but it feels like it's like caulking. Like not your caulking, but caulking like around a window. Shooting that in your crack. Anyway, so that hurt. And then, well, that's another story. But then I did the red light therapy and IVs.
Nebulizer.
Nebulizer. That was sick. Yeah, so stem cells in my lungs. And let's go. That was pretty. Yeah, they just gave me stem cell enema, everything. No, they didn't. Maybe they. No, I know they didn't. I don't know if they do that. They could. That could be another service. But man, we did a great podcast, which people are enjoying with Brigham Bueller. It's just a stud. Denise. I can't say enough about that place and how first class it is.
Yeah.
And man, I know people are going to say it's expensive. I get it. I wish everyone could go there. I wish everybody could get that. And I know that's not realistic. But if you can, man.
Yeah. I can't afford the treatment, so I stole the hat.
You did. I know. Yeah, you did steal that hat.
And
But
I did sweat my ass off in the red light therapy.
yeah, and you didn't. Did you wipe the bed down?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. But no, Austin, and also weather's perfect this time of year. Man, it's so nice, sunny.
So warm.
Joe swung by with his new car, so that was
Yeah,
fun.
that thing was badass.
Yeah, it was. Man, we had it. That was a good day. Yeah. What else?
And then after that, we went to do some lab testing.
We did
What was the name of that university?
Saint
St. George? No, St. Frederick.
Saint Christopher,
Something Saint.
Saint Joseph.
St. Joseph's.
Is that what it was?
I think so. Yeah, we'll call it that. Yeah.
I need to get this right because, well, Zach Bitter set it up. Zach's a stud, nicest. I mean, just a beast too. It's like the American record in the 100-mile distance American record holder. I think he ran what 641s
Yeah, 647s
for 100 miles.
for 100 miles. Get
That is insane.
That's not humanly possible.
No, it's not. But I want to get this guy's name. The guy who
Dustin.
Dustin, who set it all up. I want to say it right, but I don't have his last name in here. I never put people in my contacts, but I said Dustin Shoe Testing. So it's
I think his last name is Shoe Testing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's one of those last names that makes sense with his career. you know?
I got that right. Yeah, I don't know what his last name is.
It's German though. Shoe Testing.
But he's a stud. He definitely knows shoes and endurance. He's got this whole lab there,
Yeah.
the endurance lab there. So Dustin, shout out to him. On Instagram, I tagged him. I think didn't I put up a post about it?
Yeah.
And I tagged.
St. Edwards?
Oh, is it St. Edwards?
St. Edwards?
St. Edwards in Austin?
Okay.
Oh, that's probably it. So Zach Bitter helped me, and it's Lab Rat Rundown. That's the Instagram page at Lab Rat Rundown, and the lab is called Endurance Performance Lab. And I just have Dustin on here. I don't have his last name, but just a stud.
Yeah, he's exactly who you want to do that kind of thing.
It was so good. So Zach helped us set that up. We went there, and let me talk about the shoe testing real quick because, I'm not taking this, or the brand shouldn't take it personal. It's just data. It's just like, hey, I just want to find out what shoe makes me the most efficient. And a lot of it has to do with weight, the weight of the shoe. That's going to directly impact how efficient you are running at a pace. How I did it was we set the treadmill at 631 miles. So same pace, same person running. All we changed out with the shoe. And for all this testing we had 4 shoes I was testing. I had the Camo Speedlands, the Roy edition, so the snow camo with no plate. I had the road running shoes from Speedland with a carbon plate. I had my Saucony's Endorphin Pro 4s. And those have a plate. You can't take that in and out. And then I also had the Asics Meta Speed something, I think.
Yeah, it's the Meta Speed 3s.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And so if you just look at it in general, the Asics are the lightest. The Sauconys are the second lightest. And so it just kind of goes down the line.
Yep.
You can kind of predict where this is going to go based on weight. Now, and that's essentially what it did. So, but it is more of a function than just weight. There's different dynamics in there. What I will say is the best performing one was the lightest, but what I noticed was running in that, and I ran it in that shoe with Truett. It's if you look at like the Speedland road running shoe, and then this from the back, it's like the Speedland is twice as wide. And so you're looking at it and you're like, well, that's just a lot more shoe. So it's going to weigh more.
Right.
And if you're just looking at, so if it's just the size of the shoe, the overall size, that doesn't determine what's a good shoe either. So you can't just say, oh, this is a smaller shoe, that's got to be faster. There's a lot more to it. But if you just look at the overall construction of the shoe, it is, I mean, the Asics are very narrow. And what I noticed is, yes, they're light, but my feet are kind of sliding off the side of that platform, even just on the road, a little bit. I can feel it. They do feel springy because of the carbon. But man, if you're trying to run for any distance with your foot sliding off the side, I mean, I think a marathon, you can get away with it. And they say you shouldn't just train in carbon all the time because, I don't know why. But anyway, the shoe doesn't offer a lot of support is the point. And I learned that lesson. I was running in my Sauconys on a trail because I ran on the road there and a road back, but ran a trail there. And I stepped on a rock, narrow shoe, tall, rolled. That's how I broke my foot, by trying to wear a road shoe on a trail.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be a decision you got to make. And when I look at the Speedland road shoe, which is what I train in most of the time, it's wider. I don't have to worry about rolling my ankle because it's got a good base, right? So if that wasn't a concern, if it was just weight related, everyone would run in racers, but your body is just not going to, you're not durable enough to do that. And then if anything goes wrong, you're going to get injured. You're going to, twist an ankle. You step on the edge of a sidewalk weird with those little narrow shoes. So I like to run. Today I ran in the Camo Speedlands. I did I think almost 3,000 feet of gain. But on the trail, they're perfect. They got knobs on the sole, so it's like muddy out there. I'm not going to slip. I'm not going to roll my ankle. They're durable. They're going to make me more durable because, I'm running. It's like I kind of use this analogy. It's like, oh, it's kind of running with ankle weights. It's like, not exactly, because ankle weights aren't good to run in. But it's just a heavier shoe. So I was thinking in my head, if I can get used to training every day with a heavier, it's more of a training shoe.
Right.
Man, these racing shoes on race day should be smoking.
Yeah.
And I don't want anybody to think that, oh, I'm dogging on Speedland or this or that. It's like, no, it's not. No shoe company makes every shoe perfect for every use.
Right.
Will Speedland, their road running shoes, I've run really fast splits in that one, and it's great. Will they have a version that's 5 ounces at some point and be the lightest and fastest and most responsive? Maybe. This is their first road running version, and they fucking killed it. It's a great shoe. But it's a process, and you have to pick and choose what application you want, what you're training for, what you're using it for. And for me, I'll just say 90% of the time I'm in the Speedlands. That's what I don't want to worry about being injured. I'm not running like race splits every day. I'm just grinding it out. And I need a shoe that's going to last for 400 miles, 500 miles. Some people get 600 miles out of them. Whereas I've talked about this before, like the Hokas, I tried those out. Super comfortable, super responsive, super soft. But after a couple runs, they're already compromised.
Right.
So you might get 100 miles of premium performance out of something like that that's more designed for light and fast, as opposed to a Speedland shoe, which is every day you can put that thing on and grind it out.
Right.
So it's whatever. It's like, I'm going to share the numbers, but don't get too hung up on it. I just wanted to see, you watch these shoe reviews and people weigh in on different things, and it's just like, I don't know, what would I think about it? So I wanted to do it. Dustin helped me out. Zach was there the whole time. And, there was some efficiency numbers, and there's a formula for all this. And it's pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Well, and they talked about too, on a 3-hour marathon, I mean, what was the difference? How much,
7 minutes. From the very lightest, which an Asics is 6 ounces, to, it's not really fair comparison because it's a trail shoe,
Right.
which you're going slow. You need more stability, but the weight of the shoe, with all things being equal, me running that pace, 7 minutes difference. That's insane.
That's wild.
And that's mostly weight,
Yeah.
6 ounces. And then he did it in grams. I can't remember what it was, but that Camo trail run, they're just heavier shoes. They gotta be, they gotta be tougher. They have more, they have 2 boas. They got an attachment for the gaiter. The shoe offers more. What the Asics offer is as little as possible to make so you can run as fast as you can.
Right. Yeah. I just think it was fascinating. I was surprised at how big of a difference, that would make. I think at least me, I was thinking, I mean, it's a shoe,
Well, even the difference between the Asics and the Saucony, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So when I'm trying to get in the 240s because I never have 250, it's not Boston, but New York was my fastest. So I'm like 2 minutes. I mean, these shoes are very comparable. The Asics is a little lighter, but when you look at all those factors, it's almost 2 minutes. It's like just under 2 minutes, but that would be the difference between a 249 and 251, which to me, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
If it's 2 minutes in the middle of the 40s, not whatever.
Right.
But when you're talking about that would get me to the 40s, I got to pay attention to that. So yeah, from the Asics to the Saucony was almost 2 minutes, and then from the wide range, and then the Speedland road shoe is below the Saucony too. But again, it's I run the mountain in that thing, and I've never twisted my ankle at all. And it's a little heavier, but way more structure to the shoe, which helps me. So again, those are the 2 that I train in all the time. If I'm going to run like a fast something, I'm going to go with the light shoe for sure.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about the reps they had you do, because that was interesting too. I mean, just how everything really was the same, but it was 631s for 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. So 5 minutes with each shoe, 5 minutes of rest in between, and then back down the line to ensure that.
So I started with the Camo, went to the road, went to the Saucony, then went to the Asics. 5 minutes each at 631, and then came back. So I did 2 back-to-back reps with the Asics because that was what me coming back down the line, and then ended back with the Roy Snow Camo Speedlands. So the point is if you're starting off and you're fresh for the first one, then you start to get fatigued. You want to have that. You want to know
The average.
Yeah. So fresh, fatigued, whatever. I felt the same. It looked like my heart rate stayed about the same the whole time. I mean, it got a little higher with the heavier shoe, which you'd notice, which you should notice because you're working a little harder. But my heart rate was just a couple beats higher, which that adds up in a marathon.
Yeah. But your heart rate was good.
Yeah, it was
low
low.
140.
Yeah, it was low. It was in the 30s mostly, but then got to the low 40s at the end. But yeah, I'd never done anything like that, and I hate running on treadmills. God. And they're like, well, have you, because that it's humming a little bit. You got to get on it when it's going.
Yeah.
And if you haven't done a bunch of treadmill work, the first one was a little rough. I didn't go shooting off the back, thank God. But yeah, so we got that figured out, but it was just fun. I just love data. I love looking at all that.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought they said that getting on the treadmill was the hardest part of the test.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, running on a treadmill, I think is the hardest part. It sucks.
Yeah. Well, speaking of running, I think I have selected my next 50K.
What is it?
Well, Nate Illingsworth called me yesterday, and he's like, oh, I'm running this 50K in April.
For those that don't know, Nate is the defending CrossFit champion.
Yes. Hybrid athlete, world #1 hybrid athlete.
Probably the best bow hunter alive right now.
And easily the most gifted talent of this generation.
Yeah.
Athletically.
So you're going to go head to head with that freak?
I know it's a big challenge, but he's running this 50K in Weiser, Idaho. And it's net downhill.
It's appropriate. Weezer.
Carl Weezer, Jimmy's mom. But it's I guess it's along the river. It's pretty flat and it's net downhill.
Oh, you're going to get crucified now because Truett got beat up because he did a few net downhill marathons. So everybody's like, ooh, whatever.
But Nate was like, oh, my fastest 50K is 9 hours or 9.5 or something. So he's like, I'm trying to beat that. It's like, all right, well, we'll see.
Hey, you beat that.
Yeah, I beat that.
You're faster than that.
I got to beat 7 now. I want to get sub 6.
Yeah. Sub 6 or 6s? You already mean in the 5s?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's running.
Well,
you could do it.
I've been trying to bulk, but I tested today and I'm actually below 10% body fat. So the bulk is not going to plan.
Now, what about the dirty bulk?
It's not happening. Yeah. My muscle mass is going up, but the body fat's going down. So I don't have.
Wait a second. Wait. What did you just say?
Muscle mass is going up. Body fat's going down.
Larry, did you hear this shit over here?
I got the stats to prove it.
Yeah, I hear.
The muscle mass is going
Come on.
up.
Can't you see it?
Holy shit.
I mean,
so
look
we
at-
can just
look at
say
him,
anything
Cam.
now? We
Well,
can just
Shit Talkers Week.
we can just say whatever. Oh, okay. That's cool.
I'm 6 feet tall.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah. I just growth spurt. But yeah, no, that's good. So you're switching gears. Now you're 100% hybrid.
I'm gonna try and continue to gain weight. I don't want to lose the 0.5 pounds I put on.
Did you? So was it 190? Like where were you at?
I'm still at 190. Oh, so but then when I ran the last 50K, I dropped down to 180. So then I've climbed back 10 pounds. So now I'm ready to lose another 10.
I don't think you're a 180. I think some people when they tell stories they like times 3 times whatever they're
Yeah.
saying. It's like whatever.
Like when you ask your girlfriend her body count.
Yeah, she's like
6.
you're my first, but really it's your
101st.
The 100th.
Yeah, restarts at 100.
Yeah, it's like those old odometers that used to roll over. That's like your girlfriend's body count.
1,000,001. No, all original miles, just one.
Yeah, all highway miles. Yeah. Right. So I think when you were 180, you were 189, and now you're up to 190. So
I'm trying to get to 200, but I don't know if I could do it.
I don't know, 30 more years. You got time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting.
When is it?
It's like right before the Eugene Marathon. Yeah, a couple days before maybe. So I could do that and then drive back and film the Eugene Marathon, not running it.
Oh, you're not running?
I'll be dead.
I don't know if I think I'm running. I'm not registered and it's sold out. So
Oh. Yeah, you never know.
Eugene Marathon, are you there? How about you got any more of those comp entries? Yeah, so that's right. Is that the weekend after Boston? And then like right before Cocadona?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's Cocadona. I think it's only like a week before Cocadona. Eugene is.
Perfect. Yeah, Speedland texted me today and they said they got my shoes. They're going to send out my new ones. And they're going to send them out to, my VIP list. And I said, yeah, now I just got to get in shape. I was waiting for the shoes.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's smart.
Yeah, so I got, now I'm going to, once I get them, I'm going to get serious.
Okay. Yeah, it's time to lock in.
Locked in. Yeah, that's right.
That's just over a month away.
Don't say that. Hey, no way. A month? No, it's not.
6 weeks? Month and a half?
What is today? 20th? Yeah, so it's a month from Boston. Boston is April 20th, I think.
Are we sure Cocadona's May 20th?
No, May like
5th.
7th or 5th.
So it's not a month away from Boston.
No.
Cocadona starts on the 4th.
4th?
The 4th of May.
I'm not going to be ready. I was going to be ready by the 5th.
Damn it. All right. Well,
I guess
next
I can't.
year.
Yeah. Well, stay in touch, Cocadona. We'll touch base next year. I was listening to a podcast today that they were filming a documentary with Courtney for her Cocadona prep. So that's great. She's probably running 1,000 miles a day or something.
Yeah, I'm anywhere between 2 miles and 1,000 a day.
She's at 1,000 a day for sure. And she'll probably say she barely ran or something like that. But yeah, so she's taking it. If they're making docs about her, well, she takes it serious anyway. Yeah. But now it's just going to be documented serious. So
extra serious. The only other thing I had on my list was the suggestive carrot at our steak dinner.
That big dildo. Yeah, it's a big orange dildo basically between our steak and our potatoes.
It was covered in some kind of sauce.
Yeah, she's like, "Do you need that for a to-go box?" And I'm like, "He doesn't. I'm
gonna keister it.
He's got his own to-go box.
My prison pocket."
So then all of a sudden the carrot was gone, and I don't know what happened. So yeah, I don't know where it went. Yeah, that was cool.
It got to my stomach somehow.
It did. Oh, God, goodness gracious! No wonder nobody wants to sponsor this podcast.
You guys don't want to sponsor me?
Yeah, well, this is Shit Talkers Weekly.
Yeah.
It's all good.
We need some Shit Talkers Weekly specific sponsors.
We do.
Like
what was Joe's old? God, he had original sponsor way back in the day. What was that? It was basically Macy. I'm sorry, but you jacked off with it.
Oh, like a fleshlight?
Yes, fleshlight.
And I don't know that.
No,
I don't know.
Yeah,
that,
how did you?
I put words together.
Oh, it was like charades because I gave good clues.
I hate how excited I got to get that answer.
The one clue, you jacked off with it, and then you knew exactly what it was. It's like, yeah, my mom gave me that for Christmas.
Next to the painting, there was also a flashlight. It was art.
Abstract. Yeah. So those are the sponsors we need for this.
Yeah.
That would just clear it all up.
Yeah.
I think
so too.
That's definitely the way to go. So if there's anybody out there, any sponsors, yeah, which one? Here?
Yeah, right there. We need sponsors.
Yeah, we need PG-13 sponsors. Is that PG-13 or R?
That might be R.
Remember back, it used to be like PG-13, I think that you could get away with saying one F word. And the
fuck.
That's the one.
I don't know if we've said it this whole time. Were we good?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Oh, still got the headphones on.
Cars.
I don't think so.
Boss?
Boss?
Larry, what do you got something?
Yeah, we haven't heard.
Nothing of value.
Well, none
normal.
None of this has been I mean, if we're talking value,
You got a joke?
I'm all out of jokes actually. I do think I'm gonna run that 50K though.
Oh, you gonna do it too?
Yeah. Get my fat ass out there.
have you been running?
2 days in a row.
I know
2 days in a row.
Oh,
Yeah.
Don't forget
more than James.
Don't forget to taper.
Yeah, you don't want to overwork yourself, overtrain.
I was listening to you talk about your heart rate, and I was like, yeah, I ran 3 miles this morning, and I think my heart rate was like 180 at a 9-minute pace.
Yeah, well, but what people need to remember is, so how that formula works is 220 minus your age. So that's basically, I'm down to 120 is my max heart rate. So when I'm at 140,
You're dead.
I'm 30 heartbeats over 40 heartbeats. I used to be good with numbers.
20.
I'm 27 heartbeats over my max. Yeah, so it's like, it's all relative because, Truett was like 157. Was it 57 or
Something like that.
something like that on a run? I was like 140. But because he's so young, his max heart rate's like a hummingbird max.
Yeah, but I think we can keep that part out. Just keep the base number in there. It sounds way more impressive.
We got to remember, my heart's old and worn out.
Yeah.
It's just like it can barely like muster up a boom, boom, boom,
Sounds like me trying to talk.
boom, boom, boss. Yeah, it's yeah. So these numbers they can be tricky, but
The cut's going well though. Cut's going well.
your cut?
Yeah, I'm down 8 pounds.
Are you?
Down 8 pounds
In 2 days?
In 4 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
You couldn't tell.
You couldn't tell.
do you know
I hold
that
it all in my ass.
8 pounds in 4 weeks?
Yeah.
2 pounds a week. That's what I've put on.
That's so to do that. Do you know what you got to do? If you really are, so most people say that and they wear like 6 hoodies, weigh in, and then they're naked in the morning.
That's what I
to
do.
see how much they weigh.
Yeah, that's what James.
The
I weigh
opposite.
in naked every morning at the same time before I drink any water or anything.
Okay, because normally, like, are you keeping track of calories?
Yeah, I'm eating. I'm in like a 1,200 calorie deficit every day right now.
Okay, well that would be not possible to do 2 pounds then, because if you do 1,000 calories a day, that's a pound a week.
Liar.
Okay, then the same scale that James is using to say he's 9% body fat is lying to me.
Yeah, no.
I want a refund.
No.
I thought my cut was going well, but now I'm just gonna go kill myself.
You just got exposed.
No, but here's one thing that I'll say, because I was like really focused on losing weight, right? And it was going great. It's down to 158. Go to Texas, and even trying to eat. I mean, I didn't. It's not like I ate fucking Pop-Tarts and donuts and candy and
You only had a couple loaves of bread at dinner.
right. So barely ate. I didn't eat anything bad, but it's just not my normal home cooked food. And I came back 162, still did everything, still drank water, still didn't eat like a dumb fuck. And I'm up 4 pounds. And then so yesterday I did some good miles yesterday, not a lot, but I did a couple summits, and I'm like, okay, sauna, did all this. I'm down 1 pound. So I'm 161, 3 pounds up just from being in Texas for 3 days. Just like,
Damn.
It wasn't even 3 days, but it's just like not eating perfect. And so I think what I was going to get to is like sometimes what we eat, like if it's salty stuff, it holds more water.
Yeah.
So we're heavier. If we eat cleaner, less salt, we can be like, you know how when you wake up and you're just like, I feel like my skin feels thin. I feel skinny and this, but then some days you look and it's like you thought you did everything about the same, and you can just look at your stomach and you're just like, it's just more bloated, and you're like, fuck. But it's all down to like what type of food and how your body reacts to that. Because when I get out of my routine, my body just retains something, fluid, salt, I don't know what, or maybe like when we went to dinner, a really nice dinner, and had a big, I think, ribeye, but it tasted, it was like honey or I don't even, sugar. There's sugar or something on the meat, because it tasted good. But all these restaurants it's one reason why when you go out, like at a nice restaurant, all the shit's so good, because there's usually sugar on everything.
Yeah.
So that stuff, when your body's super dialed in, it does not take much to up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't have that issue at the moment, but
Do you track all your macros, Cam, or are you focused just on like your caloric intake?
Yeah, no, I don't track anything. I just eat clean, and I just know what I'll ask Taryn, and Taryn's she weighs everything, but I'll ask her, it's like, hey, how many do you think I ate today? And she'll usually say like about 2,000. And because when you eat clean, it's hard to get a bunch of calories.
yeah.
Good food does not have a shitload of calories. I mean, you go to McDonald's and eat 2,500 calories right now.
Easy.
But if you eat clean, it is hard to get 2,500 calories. So I'll usually burn, like my phone will tell me, my, whatever that is, it's just to live. I can't remember what it's called, but like, I need like 2,000 just to survive.
Your base.
Yeah. And then there's your active calories that you burned. And so I'm always like over 4 total, and then try to eat 3. And then generally that leads to about a pound loss a week, because I'm at 1,000 calories a day, which 7 days, or wait, would that be? Let me think. Like I said, I used to be good at math, but that would be 7,000. So maybe that would be 2 pounds. Because what is it? 3,600 calories is a pound. Somebody.
So you'd be right there.
Yeah, maybe you would. I'd have to look. I mean, we should. Jamie.
Yeah.
Can you look
pull it
this
up on the
shit
computer.
Let me look this up.
Yeah, look up 1,000 calorie deficit a day. How much will you lose in a week? Just that should be easy. But the point is, it's like if you pay attention to what you're eating, what you're burning, losing weight is not that complicated.
I just starved myself.
It's just hard because there's so much shitty food out there. And most people, I joked around the other day, or maybe me and Truett were joking around, but go to bed hungry, wake up skinny. It's like every girl's dream.
Yeah.
But, and it was a joke, I don't want people to have eating disorders, but it's most people never go to bed hungry.
Definitely. Yeah.
Never. And don't even know what that's like unless you don't have any money and you can't afford food. But if you have the means, most people are never going to bed already hungry.
No.
They're eating to the last minute. They're awake.
And sometimes you're just bored. Like we were talking the other day, you're like, when you're sitting watching TV, you just want to grab like popcorn or pretzels. And it's so hard to not fucking just
I know.
grab stuff.
Yeah.
I used to sit there and just like, for sure, get my show on, whatever the hell it was, popcorn. And I thought, well, I'll offset, it's like healthy popcorn, but I'll offset this with some cashews or pistachios. But then you start looking at like, wait, how many of these cashews am I eating? I was like, oh, I just pounded 400 calories sitting here doing nothing.
Yeah.
400 calories is like you got to run for an hour just to burn that shit that you ate for no reason. And that's sort of healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back in the day, we used to make popcorn, melt butter, and pour it. It's already better popcorn, but pour over to make it like just soggy, butter soaked.
I'll raise you one.
Okay.
We did that and then dusted sugar and cinnamon on it.
Oh,
That
yeah.
shit was so good.
What about the cheese plate?
Oh,
James
yeah.
ever told you about the cheese
You
plate?
brought it up before. This is a poor person thing.
Yeah.
But you look in the fridge, there's nothing except for an old bag of shredded cheese in the back corner of the fridge.
That works.
Take it. Or what it really started out was with like Kraft singles. Take a couple of those and put them on the plate, pop it in the microwave, and then it melts and you just scrape it up with your finger.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, my grandma, I used to go over there because I hated being at home. It was when I didn't get along with my stepdad. So I'd ride my bike in from way the out where I lived, like 20 miles to my grandma's. And I would just stay there all the time. And she'd be like, at night, I'd watch MTV because I don't think we got an MTV out in Bum where I lived. But so I'd watch hopefully like a White Snake video with Tawny Katane, and she'd like make saltine crackers with just butter on them or peanut butter, like a whole plate of them. It's like good shit, dude.
Good shit.
I used to dip corn chips in butter.
Yeah, butter. Well, Taryn just used to eat butter, just like a cube of butter.
Yeah, my little brother used to do the same thing.
Yeah,
Stick of butter.
Yeah, if I'm going to do a race, I still do this sometimes, but just toast with butter and then cinnamon and sugar. Can you beat that?
No.
Yeah, that like a
is so
slice of
good.
sourdough with butter and honey.
Not sourdough.
Oh, I
no,
mean,
white Wonder Bread.
Yeah, come on. White Wonder Bread with sugar and cinnamon and butter.
Yeah.
We used to make that. You pop it in the oven for a little bit. Oh,
You know what? That
that does
I've got the answer here on the calorie deficit question.
Let's hear it.
A daily calorie deficit of 1,000 calories typically leads to a weight loss of around 2 pounds per week. It's based on the general guideline that 3,500 calories equate to 1 pound of fat.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm in the ballpark.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's about right.
Just you're a truther. You tell the truth. You're honest, and so is my 9% body fat. You tell. Look at the definition in my arms. That's the worst part. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. What do I have to show for it?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Well, here's what I run for hours every day, and I'm still a fat. So, is that fair?
Well, at least you're not a toothpick and a fat.
God, I know. I was like on that treadmill. I'm like, well, I'm hot as shit doing this. Do I want to take my fat ass shirt off, or what are we going to do here?
Or do you want photos that you can actually use?
God. Yeah, you'd think as much as I run, I'd just be shredded, wouldn't you? It seems like. What happened to like being rewarded for hard work?
Life's not fair.
God. Yeah.
That's why you never got your $30,000 check.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of
shit
money.
ton of money.
What I would do for 30 grand.
You know what? I think we're going to be bounty hunters.
Yeah.
And you know what else? So this is how, am I incredible? I think so.
Yeah.
But it's not for me to say, but yes. So I was hunting at this place in Texas right by the YETI Ranch. And I will say the YETI, I don't know if it's the YETI Ranch, but they own it. But they're great people. Again, it's probably just this marketing guy. So whatever. Don't sue me, YETI. But but if you do, pay me too.
Let's just call it even.
But yeah, so they had this giant buck. It's low fence, and he was like, I think they wanted to kill him at 7, and he was 6. Called him Prince. And I had killed this big buck, and so I was just still hanging out. I think I could kill another buck, but I wasn't really worried about it. I just wanted to hang out.
Yeah.
Anyway, Prince came in 10 yards, like a 190 whitetail, giant. But Prince was on the YETI hit list, and they're like, could you not shoot him if whatever? And I had him. I got pictures like with my bow. 10 yards. You're not, not even me will f that up. But I didn't shoot him, and I don't know how big he got, but I'm sure hopefully he blew up into a 200-incher or more, because he was big at 6.
190.
So even though I could have had like a chip on my shoulder.
What, that was after?
Yeah, this was just a couple years ago. Yeah, and that, like, they didn't pay me back probably 10 years ago.
I would have sent them a picture of the dead buck and the invoice. Yeah. Thanks.
Well, part of it too is like, I never send invoices, so maybe that was my fault. But we'll just leave that part out. No, I'm terrible with money. It's like I can bitch about people not paying me, even though I never sent an invoice. I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, it sounds like you faxed it a couple times.
No, that was
was
Sportsman's.
Oh, that was
Warehouse.
Sportsman's? Okay.
Yeah. No, it's whatever. That's why I hate money issues. But I say I hate them, but then I'm obsessed with them too. But anyway, it's all love. Like, Grizzly's been great. They paid me. So, and they make a great product.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know. I'm pumped. I know. They made, God, I sent it to Joe too, but it says nobody cares, shut the up.
Oh.
And also they sent me Wu-Tang ones.
Oh, nice.
Have I had those on here?
I don't think you had the shut up one on here, but not the Wu-Tang.
Yeah. So what I say is like, YETI's great. They make great stuff. I did have a good relationship, but because of whatever, it's worked out better, probably for them by not sponsoring my dumbass. But my relationship with Grizzly is incredible. So,
Yeah.
And they both make good stuff. It's like you can't lose.
Things tend to work out how they're supposed to.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Shit Talkers Weekly. Whatever we say cannot be used against us in a court of law, because it's all tongue in cheek. This is satire.
It's Shit Talkers Weekly, and big ups to everybody.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry we wasted so much of your evening with the mouth breathing. Keep hammering.
Someone to blame, they sent their hate, it fuels my pace. I am Roy Tough, I am the change, the fuel in dirt, feeling like Cam Haynes. Oh, give me the Mars, nobody wants, I'll give you my heart, I came here to work.